murderer?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the Commanding General Yahanna, and this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. So we're going to get it rocking and rolling. On Tuesday, we are at the library in Orlando, 101 West Central Boulevard. If anybody want to pull up, we in room 421. So anybody that's in the surrounding areas, you are more than welcome to come in and join in with me. So, but other than that, we're going to get it rocking and rolling because Esau limit our time here. But just like I said again, we in Orlando. We're at the library downtown Orlando, 101 West Central Boulevard. If anybody in the surrounding areas, you're more than welcome to come join in. All right, today's Tuesday night Brotherhood class, the topic is, what is a virtuous woman according to the Bible? Now, I know everybody might have their own definition of what a virtuous woman is, or they might have their own idea of what a virtuous woman is, or themselves might consider themselves a virtuous woman. You know what I mean? But a virtuous woman, like the scripture says, is hard to find. And if you're not doing the right things to please the Most High or to please your husband, then you really can't consider yourself virtuous. You know what I mean? Virtuous means of value, like high value. And a lot of our sisters that came into the school, came into the UPK and changed their life around, them sisters are virtuous. You know what I mean? They hold it down. They hold their household down. They hold their husband down. They follow the laws, statutes, and command. They carry themselves well. You know what I'm saying? All those things come into play when you're talking about being virtuous and being, you know what I'm saying, being a gift to your husband and to your family. Now, you have the flip side of that where you got what's going on in today's society. They promoting righteousness. Like, they want you to be ratchet all the way. They don't care. They want you to do it all, live it like a man, YOLO. You only live once. Tell you you don't need a man. You can do it by yourself. And you got like tons of people that support that way of life. And then in the end, the women find out that they really do need a man to guide them and show them what's right and what's wrong, to bring them back to the Most High. And today's the rap society, they don't care if you're virtuous or not. They just tell you to get yours before you get played. And a lot of sisters been played, so they have that mentality of where I'm gonna get him before he get me. You know what I mean? And that's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's the wrong way to think, especially if you got daughters that you're raising. You know what I'm saying? Society is showing your daughter how to grow up fast, how to be something that's not righteous or humble or pleasant in the Most High sight. So we're going to get all of that today. Hopefully we can educate those who are not and, you know, shed some light and shed some understanding on being virtuous and not being virtuous according to the Most High. You know what I mean? So, you know, so like I forgot to salute y'all. Yahweh Shem Yashabarakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Shem Yashar to the sisters. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get it in. And y'all know how we do it. We're going to just shed some light on this stuff, man, because with what's going on today in today's world, for some women, it's all about a bag. And I don't never understand how you can place your value of yourself to the likeness of a purse, like get the bag or money. Like that shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, determine your self-worth, how much money you can get from a man or a woman, or how much money, so like, I didn't mean to say a woman, how much money that you said you feel like you're worth. Like your worth should be limitless. Know what I mean? You should want to be wanted by a righteous brother, not anybody that just come your way. You know what I'm saying? And then you taking on multiple men, and you know your body ain't meant for that, health wise. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord knew that. The Lord knew that you're only supposed to be with one man. And you know, the way things going now, a lot of these sisters got more bodies than a graveyard. Their body have become a graveyard. And that's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to get some clear understanding how a virtuous woman should be, how she act, the definition. And we're going to get the flip side of what Glorilla, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, all these other sisters telling y'all what to do, telling y'all how to be. But a lot of these sisters that are telling y'all to act all outside y'all character, they have husbands. Cardi B got a husband. Nicki Minaj is married. And you know, they dating men, but they telling y'all to do otherwise while they living what you would think would be a happy life with their man, with their spouse, But they telling you don't need no man, get a bag, forget a nigga, shit like that, stuff like that. And I don't know if y'all seen Black Watch last night. That sister CHAANAK Monet, she was on there. And what that sister is doing with that song she got, she's starting a revolution. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking up for the ones that are being quiet, the ones that do want men, a righteous man, the ones that do know how to hold a man down, hold a household down, raise children, you know what I'm saying, stay in her lane. And that got all the other women roused up because she going against the grain. She going against what everybody's promoting. You know what I mean? So, like, that's a good thing that she did. No, she's not in the truth, but she's speaking on things that are of value. Just those 4 things are important. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So the first scripture we're going to grab is, you know, get that appetizer in Hebrews 5:12. You know what I'm saying? And we bring this out all the time just because it needs to be brought out. Like the man above me do it, I do it, and people, brothers that's gonna come up in this school also gonna do it. Also need to understand what it means and why we bring it out. So we're gonna go to Hebrews 5:12, and it reads, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracle of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat." And we bring this out every week. Officer Kazak bring it out last night. I do it every Tuesday. We bring it out. Don't be out there teaching if you have not been taught by the ISUPK. If you ain't sat down and studied at somebody's feet that know and understand these scriptures, don't be out there teaching. You can't call yourself a teacher if you self-taught. Everybody learned from the men above them in the school. Not nobody came in here and self-taught themselves, and now they out there teaching. Even Commanding General Yahanna learned from the heads. I learned from the men above me. The men above me learned from the men above them. We were all students at one point in time. We just didn't put on all black, get up in here, open up the book, and just started teaching. Join one class, and now we think we know something. No, the scriptures say, study thyself to show thyself approved. Then you got to study these words, these precepts and things. Line upon line, here a little, there a little. And that's what we do in the UPK. We teach. We don't teach nothing that hasn't been taught to us. We don't come up with our own vain philosophies. We teach what has been taught to us by Commanding General Yahanna. We don't lean on our own understanding in. We get understanding. So before you want to run out there and teach, make sure you've been taught. Make sure you understand these breakdowns. Make sure you in class asking questions, taking notes. You can't learn without taking notes. You can't learn without asking questions. For when you want to be teachers, you need to be taught again. Slow your roll. Learn something. Learn first. Then when the men above you and the Most High feel like you need to be raised up to be able to teach, your time will come. My time came. I had to be taught first, and I waited a minute. And when that time came, I was so happy to be able to raise my people up and teach our people. That's all I ever wanted to do. But I couldn't teach them Christianity. I couldn't teach them what I thought I knew. And when you realize that these other people out here don't really know the Bible, you can teach them milk scriptures. And it will still enlighten them on what they need to know. Teach them the basics on what being an Israelite is. What you're supposed to do. Teach them about the laws and commandments, the high holy days, like Passover coming up. That's a must, that you have to come to Passover. That's a commandment. You have to observe Passover. Teach them self-identity. What tribe they from. These things. And then, when they get grounded in here, when they get the, understanding and learning some things, then you can move on to the milk. To the meat, teach them more things that are a little bit more complicated. Well, not complicated, but a little bit more hard to understand for somebody that's just not coming in the truth than somebody that done been here for a minute. You know what I mean? And that be the first principles and oracles of the Most High. That's his guideline. That's what you got to do. That's what he said you got to do. That's what we got to do. Got to be taught first. We got to make sure we wash all that Christianity away, get it out of our head that we've been raised up on for 30 years, 30 years, 20 years, like however long that you've been a Christian. That ain't going to go away overnight. You got to learn the correct way and just burn that stuff out your head and burn the truth into your mind, into your heart, which is your mind. Then you will get understanding, you will get wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, before I became a teacher, I was taught. I was a student. I was in class. I mean, when they had class on Sundays, I was in class. Mandatory Sunday. Now it's Monday. Now we got class every day of the week. So ain't no way you can have an excuse about you can't make it to a class. We therefore make ourselves available for our people. So yeah, that's that on that. First scripture we're going to get, second scripture, first scripture we're going to get into our topic. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's no jab at nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just educational for our sisters to stay grounded. Because I'm pretty sure all the sisters or all people know people that know a sister that she want to learn how to keep a man. Or she want to learn how to please the Most High, even if they single, even if it's not about a man. She still want to learn how to conduct herself in a world where showing your body to everybody is normal, is what's called fashion and beautiful. To having a certain attitude towards a man or masculinity is the norm. She want to learn the correct way how to be. She don't want to be like her mother and her auntie them. And some of her other friends that can't keep a man to save their life because they don't know how to be a woman. She might want to learn how to be a woman of the Lord, know how to serve. So if y'all know somebody, share this. Tune in, share it, send it to them. Tell them to get in class, and they'll learn today on what they need to do. So we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 11:3. Because throughout this whole Bible, it tells us how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, men and women, how we should act, what we're supposed to do, what things we're supposed to follow, and the people we're supposed to stay away from. This Bible is a living book, and this book is our book. It's nobody else's. These are our records. And one of the records we're going to bring out today is how to be virtuous, how to be a woman of the Lord, how to learn how to attract a real man and not some little boy that's out there playing around and running from responsibilities and don't know how to lead because he don't know nothing. That's what we bringing out. And we could teach them brothers if they want to be taught. All they got to do is just come into the school. Know what I'm saying? We in every city. We in the islands too. So we everywhere. The Lord's word was spread through the UPK because this way he stamped himself, put his name on the ISUPK. So we're going to get 11:3. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Even the men have a head. Now we have somebody that we got to report to. We have somebody that we got over us. And his name is Yahushua, our King, Christ. Even though you might have other brothers that's over you, our head is Yahushua. Every man's head is Yahushua. Even Commanding General Yahanna. Every man's head is Yahushua. He's over us. You know what I'm saying? We're not over ourselves, but Christ is over us. Our King Yahushua is over us. So we have somebody to report to. Now we report to the generals and the officers, but every man head is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man. Look, there you go. They tell you that every woman has a head, and her head is the man. Now, if she's not married, her head is whatever elder is over her, uncle, brother, you know, somebody, father, until she gets married. And when she gets married, her head becomes her husband, meaning that, sis, you can't just be out here with a husband and trying to run him over, trying to lead yourself, not giving that man authority over you because he's responsible for you. That's your head. You have to report to him. Consult him in everything that you do, because some things you might do might not be right and you might not see it. And he might see it like, nah, but I don't think you should do that. You should do this. He's there to protect you and to guide you and to raise you up and to show you how to serve the Lord, because you can't serve the Lord without serving your husband. You can't bypass your husband and serve Christ. Doesn't work like that. And the Lord put it this way for a reason. He makes sure he put it like that. And the head of Christ is God. It's rank and order. God, Christ, man, and the woman. That's the structure. That's how the Lord made it from the beginning of time. When did it change? It never changed. Society changed the way that you view a household. Because you know why? They kicked the protection out of the households in the 70s, late 60s, and Planned Parenthood came along. They took the head of the woman out. Your oppressor took away your protection and your guidance and your children's fathers. The leadership role, they took it out of the household. So now, who's leading the household? The woman? When it's supposed to be the man leading the woman? Now she got to play the role of the man when she's supposed to be feminine and loving and caring and raising them children up to listen to their father, to do right by them. Now she got to play mother and father because she chose the oppressor over her head. She chose to fall for the tricks that the oppressor put on our people. And I know it sometimes is hard. You know, you got brothers that just end up leaving for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But majority of the case is with Planned Parenthood, they orchestrated it to where they was telling our sisters, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you don't need no man. We'll provide you with a place to stay. We'll give you these things called food stamps where you can buy food for your kids. You don't need a man. What you need a man for when you got a place to live and food in your belly. But the thing that our oppressors didn't tell them, that you're not going to have no guidance. You're not going to have no protection. Some kids are going to be raised up in a single parent home. That son ain't going to have no father. The daughter ain't going to have no father. And to some people in that time, that seemed better than having a man in the household. Now, it wasn't all, because, you know, like some sisters still had their man in there, and every time they come and check, he had to go hide or put his clothes up. because they were still trying to hold on to, what they know they needed. But nowadays, look how many single women raising up kids on their own because they don't understand the structure that the Lord put before us. They're out here listening to Beyonce to the left, when she been with her band for I don't know how long. They done had kids. And y'all gotta understand, it's just for entertainment. Like, just look at all the women and all they in the music industry. How they pertain to be. Like, they're just so strong and independent. And they're just telling you that you don't need anything to deal with a man. Use a man like he's trash. Use them up and throw them away. But they're not doing that. That should ring a bell. Because she's telling me to kick him out and to the left and she can find somebody else. But in actuality, she's married. And if you want to sit here and say, well, it's just a song, well, why are y'all living that life then? Why are y'all doing the thing that the song say? If it's just a song, if it's not really reality, it's just entertainment, why are y'all following suit? If it's just that. Because that's what you really believe. You really believe sometimes, or majority of the time, that you don't need a man until you need a man. Oh, you catch a flat on the highway. You wish you had a man then. Somebody burglarizing your house. You wish there was a man there. Your son won't act right in school. He's disrespecting you in the household. You need a man there. So don't let these entertainers and these TV shows glorify single women, strong, independent woman. Like, that was never meant for y'all to be independent. Because if it was meant for a woman to be independent, why would the Lord make the man and give him a woman? Why did he just have women in there? If y'all didn't need a man. Be fruitful and multiply. A woman can't multiply on her own. And you got these ignorant brothers out here, these ignorant so-called educated Negroes. Oh, the woman is God and she's the creator of the earth. But she was created. How can she be all-knowing, all-seeing when somebody created her? That don't make no sense. You need to know the structure. In order to be in the right position, you need to know how it goes. The Most High is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of man. Man is the head of the woman. Period. That's how it goes. Ain't no way around it. In the Christian church, got women preachers, women running and ruling over man. And society don't see nothing wrong with it because this is their agenda, to make the woman more than the man, to rule over the man. That's why you're seeing more and more women superheroes. You're seeing more and more leading roles with the women. You're seeing more and more women just taking over a lot of stuff, and the men are being discarded and put in the background or not even recognized at all. To a point where a sister had to come out with a song to let the world know and let society know, hey, it's still some submissive women out here. And most thank Christ for that, because they need to understand they got to fight back against these other ones. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go to the next scripture. It's in the same. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Right. So it reads 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your woman keep silent in the church. This is what you see what's going on today. In these Christian churches, you can tell that they don't read the Bible. And you know how you can tell? Because you got female pastors, female evangelists. You got female women that's running the whole congregations, ordering men around and telling them what to do. It said, let your woman keep silent in the church. And the church is the body of the Lord's people. And when we congregate in a place, we are the church, not some building. Yeah, they call it the church, but we are the church. And according to the Bible, according to the Most High, a woman's supposed to keep silent there. She ain't supposed to be up and jumping around and shouting around and teaching men. If she want to be virtuous, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. Like they're just supposed to sit there and learn. They ain't supposed to be up teaching everybody. In the scriptures, they say a woman's supposed to teach the young women and the children. That's who they can teach, not men. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also says the law. Obedience, under obedience. Y'all supposed to be obedient to the Most High by being obedient to your husband, your head. You're supposed to be under that. You're supposed to know when to speak and how to speak to a man. Not just being all rude and obnoxious and telling a man what you ain't gonna do. Telling your husband what you're not gonna do, but you lay by this man every night. You give this man your body, but he's not. He can't tell you what to do. You won't listen to him at all. That's crazy. You can sleep with a man, but a man can't tell you, "Hey, babe, that dress a little bit too short," or you might want to cover that up. Or Salaki, baby, Shema, don't interrupt me while I'm talking. The law says you're supposed to be this way. Now, if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, according to this is how you're supposed to be. Verse 35. And if they will learn anything, if you will learn anything, if you want to be taught, if you want to find understanding on how to be this woman, on how to serve the Most High, on how to serve you, you know what I'm saying, your husband, how to be humble and keep yourself together. Let them ask their husbands at home. Check that out. It said, ask your husband this question. And if he can't get it, he can go to the brother that's above him and get that answer from him. But what you're supposed to do is ask your husband. And that go for all things. Making decisions. It's not just you that, now nobody told you that. I'm not saying that you can't you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put it like thank for your, not really even thank for yourself, but make decisions. Because if you honor your husband know that you're going to make the right decision because you've been taught. He's been teaching you at home. But if something is being brought up where your husband needs to be there or the man that's over you, you're supposed to let him handle it. You ain't supposed to be telling him what to do. You ain't supposed to be talking to him, belittling him when he having a rough patch. Said that woman learned at home to be out in the street. For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. They call that a shame. So all these female pastors and these evangelists that's getting up there every Sunday, giving a sermon, telling men what to do, saying that the Lord spoke to them, they are ashamed in the Lord's eye. They're ashamed. Because the Lord didn't call them and tell them to do what they are doing. It's telling them to learn, and a lot of them have husbands. He's sitting right there. That's how you know Christians don't follow Christ. They don't follow the Bible. They don't understand it because they don't follow the laws. If they knew and understood that, it would be no female pastors in these churches. Because for one, they would be quiet and not trying to usurp authority over the man. Two, they'll be learning at home from their husband. Which is their head. Not Section 8, not Planned Parenthood. And the things that get me is that sisters will let their boss tell them what to do, but they won't let their husband tell them what to do. If your boss tell you to go over there and go do that right now, they'll go do it. Their boss tell them to do anything, they'll go do it. But let their man tell them, the man who at home protecting them, watching over them, building with them, having kids with them, try to tell them something. It's World War IV, because World War III is already happening. It'll be a war in the household. So we got to understand, like, brothers, y'all can't let up, man. Get in class and learn how to rule over that woman. Sisters, get in class, learn how to let that man lead you. Be submissive. And when you say, and we speak on being submissive, we're not telling y'all to be slaves. Because that's what women think. I ain't nobody's slave. Ain't nobody told you to be nobody's slave. Being submissive is just listening to that man, hearkening to his word, letting him lead, and you not trying to always put the first foot forward. That's what that means. Let that man play the role of him being the man of the household, the head, as the Lord explained in Corinthians chapter 11. A lot of women don't know the Lord. That's why they act how they act. That's why they don't understand that that man has every right to have authority over them. When you slept with that man, you gave that man authority over you. Ain't no take backs. Ain't no, oh yeah, you could do it sometimes. He's the head of you for life. what I'm saying? So we're going to drop that one. Let's go and get 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. And all these scriptures we're bringing out is to educate our sisters if they don't know. Like if they don't know how to go about their day-to-day life being up under a man, take notes and fight that demon that's telling you to do otherwise. Because that's all it is a demon trying to get you to disobey the Most High by disobeying your husband. Fight it with everything they got in you. Fight it. So we're going to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. And it says, let the woman learn in silence. There you go again. With all subjection. You can't learn when you're speaking over the man. You can't listen to an order or learn something when you yelling back at him when he's trying to tell you or correcting you to do something. You got to be silent. That means you got to hold your peace until that man is finished. Before I came into school, I said it was two things that a woman can't do at the same time. Is be quiet and listen. But you have sisters in the school that's learning how to do this, that has been doing this for a while. Because they understand what their role is. There's some sisters out there in the world that ain't in the truth that's doing this to an extent. But for the majority of these women that's telling you, forget a man, or for these women in these churches that's usurping authority over the man, trying to tell men what to do, it says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Man, you got to subject yourself to that man and his will. Not on certain things. Not you trying to compromise, like, I'll listen, but you can't be telling me what to do. I'm going to do this. No. With all subjection. That's how you got to learn. You can't learn while talking when somebody else is talking. How is you learning anything? You're not. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach. There it is. And this is talking about teaching men, teaching the whole congregation. She ain't supposed to be doing that. She's supposed to be learning at home in silence, in all subjection. That's what she's supposed to be doing. Thus says the Lord, I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. I mean, to rule over that person, to take authority over the man. To usurp means to, take a position of you know what I'm saying, take a higher position over the man. Like a queen can't take over a king in chess. I mean, not chess, but like in those movies, it's the king then the queen. A queen can't be a queen if she never had a king. She can't sit there and tell the king, you know what, I'm gonna rule the kingdom today. Nah, this is my kingdom. She can't do that. Now, the oppressor is what they're doing is they go against the Most High because they know these things. So what they do, they give the women better jobs than the men. Not saying some women ain't earned good jobs. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is they're making it to way that the woman could sit, that the woman is up to her if the man get a job or not. Putting her in a position of power instead of the man to cause division in the household. That's what they're doing. And it says, but to be in silence. You know how beautiful it is just to see a woman just quiet. Like she ain't all loud. You don't hear her down the street. She ain't always keeping stuff up. Like she just elegant and just quiet and just there. Humble. That's a good thing according to the Lord. So don't get it confused out here with listening to these rap artists and even these R&B women are singing about sleeping with a man one night and just throwing them away. TV shows, the Bad Girls Club. Look how they had them sisters on there acting. Disgraceful. Drunk all the time, fighting all the time. Who gonna want a woman like that? But that's what they promoting. Real Housewives. Like, how the hell you make a TV show out of a bunch of divorced women that couldn't keep their man, so they divorced, but y'all come up with a TV show for that? That's stupid as hell. And all they on there doing is drinking up and spending up money that they ain't got. That's weird. Be in silent. Learn in silent. Learn from your husband. Don't usurp authority over the man. This is all in that Bible. And you can't love the Most High without loving your husband first and foremost. That's sisterhood. Real talk. Verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. There you go. Women are such gods and goddesses. How it says that Adam was given authority first. That the Lord put everything in his hand, not the woman's hand. Then he taught his woman Eve the laws, statutes, and commandments, and what to do and what not to do, what to eat and what not to eat. The Lord raised Adam up. He didn't raise Eve up first. That's how it goes. Then it says, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in a transgression. And that's what it said. That's what it's telling you. Like, they came to Eve with all that temptation of being, all powerful like Adam, to be in charge. And that's what every woman, that's their temptation. That's what every woman wants, to be in charge most of the time. To have that power like a man. That's why you have women out here dressing like men, acting like men, trying to be a man. Because they always want that position of the man. Because Eve was deceived first, not Adam. He knew and understood, but when he listened and hearkened to his wife, that was his downfall. But she she let somebody else play with her thoughts into disobeying the Most High instead of learning from her husband in silence. So they got to remember that, because the Bible said it. Adam wasn't deceived, but the woman was, and she deceived him. Just like these entertainers and these Christian pastors deceiving y'all women now to make y'all single women, telling y'all to get divorced, telling y'all to leave that person. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. What's up, Trooper Cars?
Oh, shalom, Lord Christ, sir.
Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. What's going on, boy? That's what's up. We are talking about showing the difference between virtuous women and women that have no leadership.
Sir.
We in 1 Timothy 2 and 14. You able to read?
Con.
All right. Could you grab me Ephesians 5 and 22, Baba Kasha?
Con.
If you're not, it's all good. I could read it.
Sir, I agree.
All right. Can you let me see start at verse 21.
21?
Come.
What was the chapter, sir?
Ephesians 5 and 21.
Con. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in fear of God.
It's telling us right there. Submit yourselves to one another. Y'all belong to each other, a man and a woman, husband and wife. Ain't no such thing as boyfriend and girlfriend. Either y'all together or y'all not. Ain't no such thing as, oh, it's complicated. When somebody, you ask a sister and she tell you it's complicated, she's trying to be promiscuous. Meaning that she don't want to be in that relationship really, but she don't really want to leave either. Because she really know it ain't nothing really else out there. But she want to have her fun in between time. And that's dead as wrong.
Con, sir.
Go ahead.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband. Like, submit to your man. Don't be submitting to nobody else, man, and you running all over your man at home. You listen to another man, but you won't listen to your own man? Talking to him any kind of way, all crazy and stuff, but you respect other men? Nah, that ain't how it go. The Bible says, submit yourselves to your husband like you would Christ. Meaning, you wouldn't call Christ all kind of different names. You won't be able to try to fight Christ and roll up and do all these other things that the other women be doing. You wouldn't do that to Christ. So if you want to talk to Christ that way, that disrespectful way, you can't talk to your husband that way because he is your Lord. He is your Adawan. just like Christ is all of ours. You talk to that man with respect, like you would, like you was talking to Christ. Just like you will humble yourself in front of Christ, humble yourself in front of your man. Submit yourself in front of your man like how you would in Christ. That's what you got to do. Read on.
Kind of a con. For the husband is the head of the wife.
For the husband is the head of the wife. He's your head. You chose that man. You lay with that man, so you chose that man to be your head. Chose that man to be your protector, to watch over you and to guide you, to love you and correct you when you're wrong. That's what your head is supposed to do. He's the head of you. Go ahead.
Kind of a con. Even as Christ is the head of the church.
Even as Christ is the head of all of us. How we submit to him, how we do what he tell us to do. The same way our wives supposed to submit to us, we submit to our King Yahushua. There's rank and order and everything. Go ahead.
Kind of con. And he is the savior of the body.
He is the savior of the body. He protects us. He leads us from temptation. He help us out when we need our help, when we need his help. That sacrifice he did for us gave us another chance with the Most High. He protects us. He ruled over us, just like your man's supposed to rule over you and protect you and keep you on the right path the same way. That's what virtuous women do. They listen to their head. They submit with all subjection. They do not usurp authority over them, over their man. They don't tell their man what they ain't gonna do. They don't listen to another man and do everything another man tell them, but don't listen to that man at home. They don't do that. They listen to their own husband first and do whatever he tells them to do. That's how it goes. So we gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that, and we're gonna get we gonna get Ecclesiastes. Hold on, Ecclesiasticus. Let me make sure real quick. You're gonna get it's Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Kind of a con, sir.
Let me get that with you real quick. All right, go ahead, Ward. You got it.
Kind of a con. Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman.
Oh, wait. Slow that up. Read that slow so they can understand what we're saying.
Kind of a con. And I find more bitter than death the woman.
This saying, King Solomon saying, he find more bitter than death. What could be more bitter than dying, than death? What could be more terrifying than death? Or more heart aching? or just plain out dreadful than death. It says, I find more bitter than death the woman. Like some women could be so evil and so dreadful and such a dragon that some men would rather die than continue on with that woman. And that's just plain out damn terrible. I couldn't see that. I couldn't fathom that. Like they would rather be in the grave than to be with that woman. That is good night. That is horrible. And some women are like that. These women that listening to these rap artists and these TV shows, they're more bitter than death. Dragging a man down on child support when the man didn't even know that you had a kid. Then to come find out that the kid ain't his, but he been on child support and taking care of this kid for 15, 16 years. That's more bitter than death. Read on.
Khan with Khan. Whose heart is nails and nets.
Whose mind is snares and nets. I mean, he trying to figure out, but the way this woman operate, the way she think, she's always trying to get this brother caught up. She always trying to keep him in the bind. She always making his life hard to the point to where he'd rather die than to be with her. Precept said, I'd rather dwell on the rooftop than in the house with a dragon. Paraphrasing, of course, but it's saying like a man would rather stay on the corner of the rooftop than to live inside the house with a woman that's acting like a dragon. Meaning some of you sisters are acting like full-blown beasts, mythical creatures that no man can understand why y'all act like that. Now, men in the UPK, we slay dragons, but no man want to fight with a dragon every damn day. You're already fighting against the oppressor. Then you got to come home and fight against you too. That's worse than death. Who would want to be with a woman like that? They're always just trying to keep that man caught up all the time. You don't want to be with him, but you don't want to leave him. You don't want to see the man happy with nobody else. Sister Bayana, oh, perfect. She put the precept in there. I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Oh man, I was off, but I was close. They said I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, two ferocious animals and beasts, than to dwell in a house with a wicked woman. Can you imagine going to living in a lion's den and it's a ferocious lion and a dragon in there? And that's where you live because you don't want to go home to that wicked woman? I wouldn't want to put myself in them shoes, man. I would hate to run into a brother like that. I would have pity. I would feel sorry for that brother. That's why you got to be careful who you choose. Make them wait that 6 months to a year to get to know that man or that woman. Because like that movie, when fools rush in, you end up with dragons and lions and wicked women. Keep reading.
Kana with concert. Whose pleasure God shall escape from her.
I think you skipped the part where it says in her hands as band. Oh, don't sweat.
sir. Salah. In her hands as bands.
She grab hold of you. You can't get out of there. You can't even leave. She got that much of a tight grip on you. And I know brothers like that. I know brothers that used to. I know when I was in the world, I knew brothers that in the world will have a woman like that. They will fight every weekend. She'll be trying to jump on him, and he'll be have to leave away from the house. She up and down the street arguing with him. They at the store arguing, and she keep having kids. He keep having kids with this woman. I'm like, bruh, this girl done bust your lip. You know, broke your phone. Why are you still there? She keep trapping him. Damn right, sis. That's embarrassing. Everybody know him and Shanika, they gonna fight this weekend. When she start drinking, she wanna fight and argue with the man. They fighting and arguing all inside of the house in front of the kids. She called the police on him when she done jumped on him. But they always together. I never understood, and I didn't like to see that sister when she come around. The brother, when she ain't around, he happy. He enjoying himself. As soon as she coming around, his countenance just changes, like his spirit just leaving. So that's crazy. Keep reading.
Sir. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her.
If you serve the Most High and you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you listen to the men above you that tell you to take your time to prove that woman first, to see what she about, to try her spirit, if you do those things, you will escape that woman. Either she gonna flee from you or you gonna flee from her, and y'all just ain't gonna be. And that's a mercy of the Lord. Telling you, no, brother, not this one. She gonna make your life a living hell. Prove these women. Just because she look good don't mean that she is good.
Damn right, sir.
Shit, salt look like sugar, don't it? But you mess around and put a whole bunch of that on your food, or you take some of it, you'll find out quickly that it ain't sugar. Everything that looks sweet ain't. As soon as you do something that trigger that demon in her, you awaken that dragon. You don't awaken Smog from Lord of the Rings. Remember that movie? It was Lord of the Rings where the dragon was sleeping in all that gold, and then they came in there and they woke the dragon up, and he started trying to shoot him with fire, trying to kill him. That's what's gonna happen when you wake that dragon up out of that sister. If you ain't proved her. Now you done laid with her, now you stuck with her. If you please the Most High and do what he asks you to do, you can be wise and say, nah, I ain't gonna, it's just something off about that sister. I ain't gonna deal with that sister. I'm gonna pass on. Then later on, you will see another brother dealing with that sister, and he going through all kinds of hell. You gotta thank the Most High for that. Read on.
That was it of it, sir.
Okay, it says, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
But the sinner,
meaning the man, meaning that the man that don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and don't listen to the Most High or the wise men above them, he gonna fall right in that trap. He gonna meet her at the club. She gonna be looking good. He gonna holler at her. He gonna go home and marry her. Then the next morning, she gonna be putting hot grits on his chest because she done went through his phone. Then he take her back because she done bought him some Jordans of the PlayStation 5. You got to test them spirits, man. Take your time. I learned discipline in the UPK. And I learned one thing that is always that'll help you, that always, if you utilize it, is time. When you utilize time, it'll reveal a lot of things. Read verse 27 and 28.
Con, sir. Verse 27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account.
Solomon said, this have I found. I done did my studies. And I done researched this thing. And I done put two and two together. And according to all this information that I've got, because Solomon was the wisest man. And even he had to do his background checks on certain things. And one of the things that he did his background check on was the woman. What makes her operate this way? Why she do certain things? Why she do this? Why she do that? How many different types of women are in the world? Like, he did his background check on women. And he said, according to my calculations and what I found out, the account, read verse 28.
Con. Verse 28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find one. Man among 1,000 have I found.
Read that again.
Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not one. Man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
Good night. He said, which yet my soul seeketh, my soul wishing to understand these things. I'm trying to find out what's to this stuff, what's to this woman. But I find not one man among 1,000, meaning I ain't found it yet. And one man out of 1,000 have I found. At least I found one man out of a whole 1,000 people. Out of 1,000 men, there's only one. But a woman among all these women, all those women, I haven't found one. You mean to tell me it ain't not one out of 1,000 women? Is not even one? That's crazy. It's true, but it's crazy. Look at all these women in the world and how they acting and all this and that. How they going about themselves. Now, we ain't talking about the sisters that's in the school that done came in and that done changed their life. We talking about the other women. How they all clicked up into groups and they keeping this agenda going on about, you know what I'm saying, downgrading the brother. You can't find out one of them that'll stand on business. That'll say, the thing we've been pushing, yeah, we wrong. We wrong for that. Hold on to y'all, man. Fight for y'all relationship. If they ain't in the school, you ain't gonna hear that. And the ones that do believe the same thing, they ain't gonna speak up because they're afraid of the backlash. Except for China Monet, that sister. She came up with a strategic idea to cause some ripples in the water. This is what sisters have to understand. You have to obey your husbands. in order to please the Most High. You have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You have to hearken unto your husband or whoever whoever your head is. Which, if you don't have no husband, you're in the truth. You're in the school, which is Commanding General Yahanna, and play your part, play your role. Don't try to overstep your boundaries and swerving in the man's lane. Stay in your lane. It's beautiful and it's nice over there. Be delicate like a flower, soft and quiet. That's a strong woman. A submissive woman is a strong woman. Not that woman that's all loud and always talking and always trying to fight. She weak as hell because she ain't got no discipline over herself. Don't let these women out here give y'all the wrong idea of what a strong woman is. A strong woman ain't no woman that's by herself. That done ran away every man that ever tried to love her and deal with her badass kids that ain't even his. A submissive woman is a strong woman. To know when to speak up and when to be silent. To know when let that man lead. And then if he need me, I'll give him my insight. Because not saying that men, don't listen to your wives, because it says hearken unto each other. Abraham listened to Sarah when she told him to send his son Ishmael away. She's telling him, man, send your child and your baby mama out of here. He didn't want to do it. The angel of the Lord had to come and tell him, like, yo, you're real right, man. Go on, send them away. They're going to be straight. If you're real, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, she got wisdom too. And in that wisdom, she know how to present something to her husband with soft words and a kind heart. Not yelling and telling that man what he better do or what he gonna do or what he ain't gonna do. That ain't how that go. Such as say, it's true. A good woman will give her head good advice. Yeah. And she would know how to present that to that brother. Know one another. Know, like, okay, he having a bad day. Let me give him a moment before I come bring something to him because I know he having a hard time. Let me go ahead and fix his plate, fix his food. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's straight. Then I can talk to him. Just like what we was reading in the Feast of Purim. How Commanding General Yahanna brung out how the sister went to the king when she wasn't even called. And, that was punishable by death. But she knew how to approach him. She knew what to do because she had wisdom and she feared the Lord. And the king hearkened to her. Same way. But if you being a lion and a dragon, ain't a man gonna want to hear that. You wonder why he stay out 2 hours past his time to come home off of work. He got off at 4, but he ain't showing up to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. He don't want to be there. Especially not around you. Learn how to be humble. Learn how to be virtuous. Learn how to let the gifts that the Lord gave y'all, learn how to let it, you know what I'm saying, like take over. Fill your household with happiness and joy and warmth and silence. And when that man come home, like he's comfortable. You be his pillow of rest. Not the barbed wire gate that he trying to jump to get across to get to some peace. The nigga trying to jump a barbed wire gate. That's what you is to him when you being a dragon. Scripture says, shameless woman should count herself as a dog. When you being a bitch, don't no man want to be around you. And you shouldn't expect no man to be around you when you being a bitch. Because you don't even want to be around yourself. And y'all call each other bitches all damn day long, every sentence. But when a man do it, you think he done hit you in the back of the head with a bat. When he telling you, you acting like a bitch. You not acting like my rib. You ain't acting like the one I married. You acting like a bitch. That demon got you acting like a bitch. And you got to confront that motherfucker. You got to confront it and fight it till she reach her senses and come back and say, Salakia, Adawan, I was wrong earlier. I've been having a bad day. Or I just need a break. The kids, man, you know, up and down everywhere. And then you don't think that brother gonna show some compassion? All right, babe, I got it. I cook tonight. Now I make sure the kids get a bath and go to bed early. I take over. You just chill and correct yourself. That's what a brother would do. That's what a husband would do to a good wife. A woman that knows her place and that's showing him love. He gonna show that same love because he gonna love her like he love himself. That's what the law say. But if you being a lion and a dragon, ain't gonna say good. Them kids get on your nerves, you get on my nerves. Now we equal. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be ready to take hold of nothing. Now that just gonna cause more confusion and more, you know what I'm saying, unbalance in the house. So I gotta be good to each other. But women, you actually just gotta be a woman, man. Why would you want to be a man? If y'all could live a day in the life in a man's shoes, man, y'all wouldn't want to be no man. Y'all wouldn't want to be masculine. Y'all wouldn't want to have to deal with the stuff that we deal with every day. But we're gonna drop that one. And we're gonna go to time check. We're gonna go to let's go to Proverbs 31. And let's see. Where we gonna start at? We're gonna start at 10.
Khan. Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find this woman that we all seek? Who can find this woman of value? Who can find this woman that is so soft and lovely? She's like a lily or a rose without the thorns. You can grab a hold of her and won't get pricked by the thorns. Who can find her? Not no normal brother can't find her. Only a man of the Lord can find her because he know what to look for. Read on.
Khan. For her price is far above rubies.
No, her price is far above a Birkin bag.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her price is the equal to a Mercedes Benz.
For her price is far above rubies.
No, it's a diamond necklace or a diamond chain or a date night at the local seafood restaurant.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her price is far above rubies, man. Meaning that, and rubies are not cheap. They cost more than diamonds. Her price is far above that. It didn't say it's equal to or it's just above. It says it's way beyond the value of a ruby. So a Birkin bag a trip to any island, a car, none of those things could equal up to this virtuous woman. Because she beyond all that. Her value is more than just material things. Far above it. Read on.
Khan. The heart of her the heart of her husband does safely trust in her.
Right. Officer Kawan, my brother, said most rubies are priceless. Like you can't even put no damn price tag on them. These sisters in the UPK, you can't put no price tag on them because their price is far beyond that. They done changed their lives and they know how to act. It says the heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, meaning that he ain't got to worry about her when she go out. When she's stepping out, she represent him. He ain't got to worry about somebody coming back to him and say, "Hey man, I seen your wife and she was acting in the food," or "I seen your wife and she just had all her stuff out." Hey, Officer Nashai say she damn sure not no gold digger either. Nah, she don't want none of that gold. They digging for fool's gold. That's what some of these women getting where they trying to dig for gold. They getting fool's gold. But her husband trusts her because he know he raised her up to be virtuous and be humble. He ain't got to worry about that. He ain't got to worry about none of that. You know, when she step out, she representing his household, his name. And she gonna act accordingly. She gonna act just as like if he was right there on the side of her. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. So that he shall have no need of spoil.
I'm not gonna take nothing. He ain't gonna have to take nothing. At all. She good. She good. When she step out of there, she already know. I ain't gonna do none of this on my husband or my household. Ask women in the world, do they man trust him? I'm pretty sure that y'all be seeing that on YouTube. They be doing the loyalty test. And then what they have is they had a couple switch phones and they go through each other's phone for however amount of seconds. And they come to find out half of the time the woman got other dudes on her phone. Sending them messages and videos and all this other stuff. And then sometimes they'll let them call and that call. And then when the other guy pick up the phone, he'll be like, "What you doing with my lady phone?" She got a whole relationship with another dude.
God.
And she be standing there looking stupid. Like she don't know what's going on. And the guy got to go through the phone. Who is that? Who is Brad? Who is Chad? Who is this? Who is that? Like, come on, man. Sister say E makes up excuses. Yeah, she fooling around because she think it's green on the other side, being promiscuous. Read verse 12.
God. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
She would do that brother good and no evil. Meaning she would treat that brother like how he's supposed to be treated. She would submit to him. She would listen to him. She would bear him good children. She would make his house home a peace, a safe haven. She ain't got other dudes in her phone calling her baby or saying that this is my girl. She ain't going out cheating on him or sneaking out, looking one way, and when she out there, she a whole nother way. or putting on for the gram, putting on for the book, acting like she this and that, and then when she at home, when she off the book, or she off Instagram or TikTok, everybody know how she really is. She ain't gonna dishonor that man when she out and about in public arguing with him at the grocery store. She ain't gonna do none of that. She gonna do good to that man because she know what he's worth to her. All the days of her life, she gonna be like this because she her desire is for her husband and to serve the Lord, and she can't serve the Lord without serving her husband. As Kawan said, that's why the 6-month rule is extremely important. You damn right. Because without it, you'll be in here marrying dragons and snakes, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters. The 6-month rule ain't just for brothers, it's for sisters too. Because y'all got it even harder. Y'all can only marry one time. You got to only one time to get it right, really. You only got one shot to get it right. Make sure you choose wisely. Because it's a narrow path that y'all got to walk. And brothers too. I heard, I remember Commanding General Yahanna said, I'm not Commanding General Yahanna, it was General Hyman. And he was like, you brothers out there marrying whores and joining these whores to our King Yahweh. Because once you bring her in, we are connected. Now you presenting this whore to be my sister when I just seen her with another dude downtown. Cause you didn't take your time. You looking at her behind instead of what's on her mind. Now you don't join us to this whore. Cause you didn't want to take your time. You didn't want to follow the 6-month rule. Now you got counsel all the damn time because she make you feel less than her 6-year-old son. Nah. Get into school and learn. Damn it, learn how to pick them. Or let the men of the Lord pick them for you. Because you can't pick right men. You can't pick the right man for you, it seems like, or the right woman. This ain't just happening. Just like Christ told that woman, you will have many husbands. She said, I ain't got no man. He said, yeah, you damn sure right you ain't got one because you been around everybody. Same thing happening now. Look what happened to goddamn Tory Lanez ass. With Megan Thee Stallion was messing with 2 other dudes and had a whole relationship. He in prison. She still out here now. They just glorify her. Like she been through, something just so dramatic. You messing around with another man's woman and she got other men on the side and now you in prison. Because you ain't choose wisely. Or to say, nah, that's just to dealing with somebody. I'm going to leave that alone. All these women you can have right here, but you want to mess with somebody else's woman. Why the hell is that so popular? That's LGBTQ if you want to ask me, to want to sleep with another man's woman, want to be, you know what I'm saying, laying with something that another man is laying with. When all these women out here, you can have more than one wife. Why you want to choose this other man's wife? But a virtuous woman, a good woman, ain't gonna be like that. She gonna know what's right and what's wrong. And how with a man trying to step to her, she'll tell him, hey, you might want to talk to my husband about that. Nah, I'm sorry, I'm married. She ain't gonna say it's complicated. The hell does that mean? It's complicated. Either you got a man or you don't. What the hell does complicated mean? Y'all can't get it right, or you don't want to mess around and get something that's worse than what you think you already got, so you out here doing what you want to do? That ain't Proverbs 31. That ain't virtuous. That's fool's gold. It ain't rubies. That's what you got to get in here and learn. And be that way your whole life. To please that man, because it's pleasing in the sight of the Most High. Read verse 13 for me.
Concert. She seeketh wool and flex, and working willingly with her hands.
That woman know how to do things with the hands that the Lord gave her. She know how to build, like make garments and braid, and you know what I'm saying? Put them hands to work. She could build a garden. She could do nails. She could do all that stuff, that which is gonna help your household. She doing with her hands. The Lord blessed her hands. The Lord blessed her mind to be creative and make things. You got a lot of sisters in the school that know how to make garments and t-shirts and things like that. Headbands and food. She know how to cook. She get in there and beat them pots. Make biscuits from scratch. She know how to use certain things to make certain things. That's the type of woman you want. It's like I was going to say, go get it, Peaches. Damn right. She a go-getter. A lot of sisters in this school are go-getters. With the right man behind her, you can be a go-getter. Instead of talking about when a man asks you what you bring to the table, you talking about yourself. You know how many people, you know how many other women that look just as good as you, but got something to offer? And the sister Nazam says, "Con out of one concert and work 2 slaves so he can be totally in the Lord's work." Hey, give that sister a hand, a round of applause. Give that sister a hand. Damn right, sis. Because the work of the Lord is a 24-hour thing. It never stops. Our people are that much destroyed that we have to be here and be available. And if a sister got that spirit to where she feel like she can work 2 jobs just to help out her husband or her head to be out here to do the Lord's work, that brother raising a hell of a sister. That's how she contributed. That sister Bana said half of these women can't even keep a conversation. Yeah. That's the conversation nowadays when you meet somebody I be hearing. What club you go to? You smoke, you drink, and if you do either one of those, that's your relationship. Not what's important. Do you like kids? Do you feel like having kids? What you think about society today? Do you like the Lord? Do you read the Bible? Like, none of that stuff even matters. Only if you smoke and you drink. So with that, they kicking me up out of here, y'all. I just want to say the water for rocking with me. There will be a part 2 next week. I want to say the water for y'all rocking with me. The water trooper of cars. Everybody like, share, subscribe, man, and let's get this thing popping. Know what I'm saying? Shalom.
Shalom.